Welcome back sa Sagot ni Doc. Kasama pa rin natin si Doc Suzy Co. Herman ng Makati Medical Center. Ngayon naman oras na para sagutin ang ilan sa mga tanong na pinadala nyo sa amin, mga ka-SD. Doc Suzy, are you ready?
Yes.
First question mula kay Rafael ng Quezon Province. May fatty liver po ako. Pwede ba akong uminom ng alak kahit paminsan-minsan lang?
So magandang tanong yan, no, Michelle. So yan ang maraming ang pasyente, pati ako paminsan tinatanong, Doc, pwede bang uminom ako ng alak paminsan-minsan? So bilang hepatology, syempre, if we can avoid or iwasan ng alak, syempre mas maganda kasi alcohol can also affect the liver and too much alcohol can aggravate the liver. May fatty liver na nga tayo. Pero syempre, I know it's really hard. Paminsan talaga hindi maiwasan. May party, may mga okasyon na talagang may mga alak dyan. So the minimal amount of drink, the better. And ideally sana wag din parati o wag din linggo-linggo kasi paminsan may mga pasyente sabihin nila, Doc, occasional drinker lang ako. And then when you ask, kano ba kadalas? Ay, every week. Yung pala, every weekend pala meron. So parang gano'n din regular. So yeah, basta if we can minimize or avoid, better. But if hindi talaga, then at least mga 1 or 2 drinks at most.
Pero hindi pwede yung
Pero
linggo-linggo.
wag naman sana. Kasi syempre, alcohol can also affect the liver eh.
Oo
So
nga.
syempre, gusto natin maalagaan yung atay natin. So if we can avoid alcohol, better.
Right. Okay, Rafael ng Quezon Province, may fatty liver ka na. Dapat alagaan mo yung sarili mo. Iwasan ng alak. Ito po, mula kay Rowena ng Cainta, Rizal. Maari po ba akong magka-fatty liver kung madalas po ako kumain ng matataba?
Yes, no? So one of the things that we tell our patients na mga kailangan nilang gawin, no, para maiwasan na magkaroon ng fatty liver also begins with their diet. So, and one of those is eating oily food. So, syempre, fatty liver, mataba na nga. And you're going to eat mga matataba. Syempre, all the more talaga na you will really have a fatty liver disease if you eat oily food. So, syempre, ang sagot dyan, if you can avoid yung mga prito, oily, matataba, better para maiwasan ng fatty liver disease.
Dok, kasi madaling lutuin to yung mga prito, no? Yung mga hotdog, itlog, luncheon meat, mga beef loaf. Ano yung tamang kainin para hindi magka-fatty liver disease?
So actually, ang best diet for fatty liver is what we call a Mediterranean diet. Yung mga more on fish, more on mga fruits, yun yung mga mas safe, less oily, less fatty, less sugary. So more on fish, lean meats, veggies.
Eto, Doc, sunod na tanong mula kay Ivan ng Quezon City. Pwede po ba akong mag-intermittent fasting kung may fatty liver?
So ang sagot dyan is yes. No, so when you do intermittent fasting, so usually 'di ba hindi ka kakain ng mga 16 hours, 18 hours. So in a way you're doing a hypocaloric diet, medyo mas less yung calorie that you're taking. So that will also be good for the fatty liver kasi with fatty liver we also tell our patients to limit their caloric intake. You know, we don't want them to eat too much. So if you do intermittent fasting, hindi ka kakain ng mga certain hours, and hopefully you will also lose weight, then that's also good for fatty liver.
Okay. Lahat ba pwedeng mag-intermittent fasting?
Pwede naman, although syempre, depende din sa pasyente. May iba kasi, for example, they have diabetes. If you do intermittent fasting, baka bumagsak din yung sugar ninyo, hindi din naman natin gusto. So, baka para sigurado, no, you also have to consult your doctor para safe tayo.
Oo, wag kang magsarili na mag-intermittent fasting ako. Consult your doctor first.
Yes, and may mga ibang pasyente when they do intermittent fasting, may iba din hindi din nila kaya na kung hindi ko kain ng ilang oras, iba sumasakitan tiyan nila. So pwede nilang i-try pero it might not be for everybody. It also depends also on the patient's tolerance, on the patient profile. So para sigurado baka better consult doctor na lang muna regarding the intermittent fasting.
Okay, ang ganda na sinabi ni Doc, no? Totoo na nababawasan yung calorie intake ng intermittent fasting, pero it's not for everybody. So better consult your doctor first kung gusto mo mag-IF. Okay. Ito naman po mula kay Leslie ng Muntinlupa City. May fatty liver po yung nanay ko. Namamana po ba ito?
Okay, so fatty liver, yes, pwede siyang naimamanat din. Could be genetic component. Because there, yun nga, no, there are patients who are lean, ang papayat nila, and yet they have a fatty liver. So sometimes nasa lahi din yun, nasa genetics. Yung iba, payat sila pero ang taas ng cholesterol, mataas ang blood pressure, o may mga diabetes. Pero hindi din naman porke na wala kaming lahi ng fatty liver, hindi ka pwedeng magkaroon ng fatty liver. It also depends on your lifestyle. So kahit wala kang lahi ng fatty liver, if medyo yung kinakain mo naman is hindi din healthy, you're eating fast food every day, oily food, excessive yung mga sweets, at wala ka ring exercise, you could still get fatty liver.
Ito, kay Amira ng Calamba City, nakakatulong po ba ang black coffee para maging healthy ang atay?
Okay, so that's a good question. So black coffee, basta walang sugar. So it's also, it has antioxidant properties. And that will also be beneficial for the liver kasi less peklat, it will protect the liver. Pero other than the black coffee, hindi porke nag-black coffee ka, automatically safe ka na rin from fatty liver. It's also a holistic approach. You can try black coffee, but you can also do exercise, and then weight loss, and then syempre avoid oily food. So yun din yung mga kailangan mong gawin. Pero yeah, but black coffee will also be beneficial for fatty liver disease.
Doon sa mga mahilig magkape, Doc, okay lang ba na black coffee? Pero may mga nagrereklamo kasi na parang ang sakit sa tiyan nung black coffee. Parang nangangasim yung tiyan.
So actually, yun lang ang, in a way, downside for the black coffee. So it has antioxidant, maganda siya for the fatty liver and wala nga sweet, no? But at the same time, yun lang, pwede kasi siyang makasikmura naman sa mga ibang pasyente. So, yun nga, kung medyo sensitive yun siya nila, there are other ways also to avoid fatty liver other than drinking black coffee. So, if medyo sensitive yung sikmura mo, then drinking black coffee might not be for you, but there are other ways you can do para maprotektahan ang atay, like avoiding yun nga, no, oily, prito, mantika, and also exercise at weight loss.
Okay. Ito naman po mula kay Alexander ng Makati City. Okay lang po ba yung keto diet o OMAD sa liver?
Okay, so OMAD or 1 meal a day, okay yun for the liver kasi yun nga, when you're eating 1 meal a day, you're limiting your calorie and yun nga kasi kadalasan ng fatty liver is also yun nga sa kinakain din natin. Pero with keto diet, we don't really recommend it for fatty liver because keto diet it's a diet that's high in fatty foods and we know that fatty liver, we want you to avoid eating fatty foods nga. So, keto diet, baka ma-aggravate yung fatty liver natin. So, what I would recommend would be a Mediterranean diet instead of a keto diet. But OMAD is okay.
OMAD is okay. But again, it's not for everybody, Doc.
Yes, depende kasi kung may diabetes ka, ayun nga, baka hindi din natin gusto, baka mag-hypoglycemia sila, mahilo, mga ganyan. So, better also consult your doctor din.
Last question, Doc, mula kay Luisa ng San Juan City. Beer lang po ba ang masama sa atay o masama rin po ba yung soft drinks o fruit juice?
Okay, so yeah. So, beer, masama sa atay because it has alcohol, but it's any alcoholic drink, no? Not only beer, like wine. So, for example, you're drinking wine daily, di ba feeling natin, oy, wine, ano to, mas safe kasi wine naman siya. So, that still has alcohol. So, it can also be harmful for your liver. So, any drink with alcohol can be harmful for the liver. And yes, the matatamis na mga inumin would also be also bad for fatty liver kasi yung mga high in sweets nga can cause you to gain weight, yung sugar mo baka tumaas, yung mga may diabetes lalong magtaas na ng sugar. So ayaw din natin yun kasi related din yun sa fatty liver. So better if not too sweet yung mga iniinom and no alcohol.
Maraming salamat, Doc Suzy, sa iyong mga sagot. At syempre, salamat sa ating mga viewers and listeners sa All Radio 103.5, sa ABS-CBN, sa All TV2, at All Radio TV sa Planet Cable Channel 3 sa pagpapadala ng inyong mga tanong. Doc Suzy, at this point, gusto na naming malaman, may gamot ba para sa fatty liver o lifestyle changes pa rin yung pinakamabisang lunas?
Okay, so at what I tell all my other patients, it's really the diet and the lifestyle ang pinaka-epektibong lunas para sa fatty liver. So lifestyle, yun nga, no, exercise, if you can exercise at least 150 minutes per week, moderate intensity, no? Yung iba kasi, Doc, naglalakad naman ako, nag-walking ako, pero sobrang namang leisure walking. So, syempre gusto natin yung may konting effort, medyo pinagpapawisan din sila para mas maganda yung weight loss. And then, lifestyle, yun nga na-mention natin, As long as they avoid oily foods, fried foods, make sure their sugar is controlled, nothing too sweet, less carbs, and they do weight loss through diet and exercise, ang recommended would be at least 10%. Then, yun ang mga effective ways on how you can get rid of your fatty liver. But we also give, sometimes you also give medication to the patient, something that will help support the liver, yung mga liver supplements or hepatoprotectants, what we call. But may iba kasi, porque yung nabigyan na sila, feeling nila, nakagamot ako, okay na yon. They don't do diet, they don't do exercise. And then when they come back, Dok, bakit may fatty liver pa din ako? So, hindi porque nakagamot, automatic mawawala ang fatty liver. It's really, diet and lifestyle pa din, a holistic approach.
Gaano ba kalaking weight loss yung kailangan ma-achieve, Doc, para masabing gumaganda na yung kondisyon ng fatty liver?
Para mas effective, at least 7%, but if you can aim 7 to 10 or 10% would be better. It's really proven in the studies na those who have 10% weight loss, talagang na-reverse natin yung fatty liver.
Okay. Doon sa mga pasyente, Doc, na may diabetes o kaya may mga high blood pressure, tapos may fatty liver disease pa sila, mas mahirap ba gamutin yung fatty liver nila?
Yes, so doon sa mga pasyente may mga diabetes, may high blood, mataas ang cholesterol. So syempre, if you also want to control their fatty liver, we also have to control their blood pressure, we also have to control their diabetes, their cholesterol, because may iba, darating sila for fatty liver, yung sugar pala nila poorly controlled, yung diabetes nila. So hindi natin makokontrol yung fatty liver if, for example, your sugar is not controlled, if your cholesterol in the blood or yung mga triglyceride natin sa dugo is napakataas. Syempre, kailangan din natin i-address yun if you also want to eliminate our fatty liver disease.
So, Doc, paano malalaman kung gumaling na isang tao sa fatty liver?
So as doctors, we have a regular blood test monitoring. Usually quarterly, we do a blood test every 3 to 4 months. And then we also check for the ultrasound every 6 to 12 months. Fibroscan, ganun, mga every 6 to 12 months. Nakikita naman namin doon paminsan, kumaganda na yung ating resulta. Unlike nung una, for example, na napakataas lahat. May iba talagang nag-i-improve sila. Yung liver nila from malaking liver, for example, initially, with the diet, exercise, lifestyle, we see, on repeat ultrasound, for example, lumiit na yung atay or nabawasan na rin yung taba sa atay.
Okay. Iba na po ba yung treatment iba na po ba yung approach sa treatment kapag hindi na siya fatty liver, kundi cirrhosis na?
So, syempre, when you say liver cirrhosis, it's one of the complications of fatty liver. So, with liver cirrhosis, gumagaspang na po yung atay ng mga pasyente because of the peklat, secondary to a fatty liver. Although, marami ring causes of liver cirrhosis, hindi lang naman taba sa atay. But since our topic is fatty liver, so those who have liver cirrhosis, syempre, mas binabantayan namin yun kasi yun yung mga talagang medyo mas may seryoso na yung kondisyon nila kasi may tama yung atay, ayaw nating lumala. That's why may mga additional pa kaming binibigay to support the liver ng mga gamot.
So sa mga pasyente, Doc, na may cirrhosis, ano yung pwede nilang gawin para hindi na mas maging severe yung cirrhosis nila?
So number one, if they're also drinking alcohol, definitely no alcohol. Kasi nga may liver cirrhosis, medyo hindi na ganun kaganda yung function ng atay. If they have diabetes and high blood, they really have to control that kasi yun nga, kadalasan ng mga may fatty liver at sometimes fatty liver with cirrhosis, hindi talaga controlled yung sugar, hindi controlled yung mga cholesterol. So, they really have to control that. And then, regular follow-up, mas closer monitoring, closer follow-up with the doctors.
Okay. Doon sa mga may fatty liver disease, Doc, malaki ba yung chance na nila na magka-cirrhosis or automatic ba na magkaka-cirrhosis sila?
So, it doesn't mean na porque may fatty liver, 100% nagkaka-cirrhosis. Hindi naman. A lot of times, most of the fatty liver that we see in the clinics are just mild lang naman or mga reversible. But syempre, yung mga pasyenteng nagkaka-cirrhosis is talagang medyo napabayaan at matagal na may fatty liver, years na talagang doon na nahahantong talaga kung hindi talaga naalagaan. Pero kung naalagaan naman nila yung atay, nababantayin naman, then hindi naman lahat napupunta ng liver cirrhosis. Kadalasan is na ibabalik naman to a normal liver.
Pwede rin po bang maging option yung liver transplant?
So liver transplant, ito yung proseso na pinapalitan yung atay kasi pumapala na yung atay ng pasyente, hindi na nag-function ng maayos, hindi niya na kayang i-support yung normal body. So we replace that diseased or cirrhotic liver with another liver. So that's an option if the patient has end-stage liver disease secondary to a fatty liver. Yes, pero syempre, although that's one option, syempre, hindi din ganun kadali na basta na lang, sige, okay lang, magpapatransplant na ako. Prevention is still better than cure. So if we can really prevent that from the complications of liver cirrhosis, we can prevent fatty liver from progression. That is the main treatment goal.
Salamat, Doc Suzy. Sana napawi rin ang takot ng ilan nating mga viewers kasi mahalaga malaman na hindi lahat ng may fatty liver ay mauuwi na sa cirrhosis at hindi rin lahat ng may cirrhosis ay agad kailangan ng liver transplant. Pero syempre, kung may iwasan nating umabot sa puntong iyon, mas mabuti. Sa pagbabalik natin, pag-uusapan natin ang mga simpleng bagay na pwede natin gawin araw-araw para maprotektahan ang ating mga atay. Huwag kayong aalis, magbabalik ang Sagot ni Doc.
Sagot ni Doc!